Tick, tick. Great job. We're going to do some algebra and then some rocket science. Yay!
I don't want to do this.
Oh, 1 second. I've got this email to finish up.
Oh, it's boring.
Okay, fine. Just 2 more questions, then you have a snack and a break. Luckily for me, I am not in any of those positions. They both look very, very exhausting. Thankfully, I found a way in which I'm able to balance homeschooling my younger sister and working from home. So in this video, I'm going to quickly dive straight into it and show you guys how I do it. So I start her school from about 10 a.m. and I start at 10 a.m. because I start work at 9 a.m. So I kind of want to give myself that first hour to just be with myself in the living room, go through my workload, go through my emails, know what I'm going to do that day, make any phone calls, attend any meetings that are first thing in the morning, and then she comes in and I've had at least that first hour to like settle in and get things done. So from 10, she does school till about 3. And I found out that's been very, very useful because I don't think she's an early morning child anyway. And I kind of don't want to wake her up and rush her into doing things. And also I really want that first hour to just dive into work and plan my day. So when she wakes up, she eats, she gets ready, all of that. And then she starts school and she's able to get into that workflow. So I think 10 till 3 has worked really well for us. Yeah. So now I'm going to go into how I basically break down the day. So from about 10 to 11, she does maths or English. So whichever one she does in the morning, she does the opposites in the afternoon. So if she does maths in the morning, she'll do English in the afternoon. If she does English in the morning, she'll do maths in the afternoon. So maths and English are like core subjects. They are kind of things that kids usually will find a bit hard. So in schools, teachers usually do that first thing only because you kind of want to give children like the most difficult task and the first thing in the morning, and you want to give them fun tasks in the afternoon after lunch when they're really hyper and they're all crazy and all that. So yeah, so she does maths or English first thing, 10 to 11, and this usually entails her going through the pack that her teachers have left her when they broke up from school, or going through the textbooks that I have bought her. Shops like the Pound Shop, Asda, eBay online, Amazon have amazing textbooks for kids, so do have a look on there. In terms of websites, I use Twinkle and I use mathsaid.com. There's also going to be a few in the description box below. A lot of these sites now you don't even have to pay to subscribe, they're basically free because obviously school's out, so definitely check them out. They're really, really useful, and this is what I use for mainly maths or English. Then 11 to 11:30 she has a break. So like I said, maths or English would be an hour of literally just purely that subject, and it can be quite intense. And I think this has been really useful for me when schooling my sister, because I know that, okay, cool, if she's like struggling or whatever, I could be like, you know what, you have a little bit more and then you get a break for half an hour, and that kind of like motivates her to do the work. And then also it's a nice break from having to focus for literally 1 hour on a subject. So we have half an hour break and then we'll move on to our next subject. So after break, 11:30 till 12, she'll do PE. This is usually going through YouTube and finding a suitable video for her to do for the next half an hour. So we are at home, we are staying in, but you know, it doesn't mean you shouldn't keep fit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't be healthy, it doesn't mean you should have a bit of fun. So there's this half an hour in which she's able to stretch her body, do a bit of stretching, do a bit of workouts, and still remain fit whilst being indoors. Then 12 till 1 is lunch, and that's usually when I try to take my lunch as well, so that, you know, if something is cooking, I can just cook it from scratch and then we'll eat it together, or if there's things in the fridge, then I'll just put it together, warm it up, and we'll just both eat, and in that way we're both having a break. If there's anything outstanding from her work, I can use that time to basically go through maybe anything she's done in English or maths or whatever, and then just go through it right there and then I just have a break for myself as well. 1 till 2 is then maths or English, so whatever she didn't have in the morning, like I mentioned before, she'll have in the afternoon. So like before, it's either going to be something from YouTube or something from her textbooks, or just something from the packs that her teachers gave her when she broke up from school. And that's usually what she does for that 1 hour. Then after that she has a 15-minute break from 2 till 2:15 before her next topic. So even though break is from 2 till 2:15, sometimes I will extend that a little bit more. I would say it's really important to know your child, know what drives him or her, how you can reward him or her. Just because for me, like, I've realised that my sister loves her breaks, and when she does really, really good work, or when I can see that she's getting tired and she doesn't want to continue, I'm going to be like, you know what, you got a little bit more and then you're almost done and you get a break. And that kind of motivates her to do the work and motivates her to get it done. So for the last 45 minutes, from 2:15 to about 3 o'clock, it would either be science, art, history, RE, or French. So each day would be one of these subjects, and it's usually a YouTube video. So for example, if it's science, it could be like, we could be learning about volcanoes, we could be learning about the heart, we could be learning about muscles, and then she'll watch a video, and then I'll print off something from Twinkle that she can fill in, or a report that I needed to write for me from what she's learned from the video. In RE, it could be characters in the Bible, and then she'll watch like a 10-minute story on a specific character that I wanted to do for that day, and then I'll ask her a few questions. For example, you know, who were important people in their lives, what did they do, how did that make you feel, why was that important, just kind of basically general things like that, just to see what she understood from the video that she watched. Or she would go through her art book and find something interesting to draw, or maybe draw something in real life, like look outside the window, what do you see, or draw me, or just that kind of thing, just keeping that creative vibe, enabling her to use her skills, use her talents. For science, it would usually be Twinkle, same thing with RE. I usually go there for most of my resources, and that's where I print up worksheets, or I see the kind of things that she should be doing in regards to her age group. Literally, I'm so thankful for all these resources that we have, even for the fact that, you know, YouTube videos are out there. So everything that I give to her, I watch it first, this is why I prepared the night before, because I watch it first, just so that I'm able to know what questions to ask. I'm able to see that, you know what, this video is actually legitimate, it's not got wrong information. And then I'm able to prep well in advance doing it that way. So definitely don't just pop anything in front of your child, like go through it, make sure that, you know, what is being given is correct. I've given her like worksheets before where I'm like, actually this calculation is wrong. So it's just really, really important to make sure you go through everything that you give to your child and make sure you also understand it, and so that way when you question them or when they ask questions, you kind of know how to respond and give them an answer that they will be able to understand. So there are just some things to quickly note. So I work 9 to 5, so I think one thing that I found very useful is to prep her workload the night before. So before I go to bed, I go through the websites, I check through the textbooks, and I see what I wanted to do the morning after. So that way I'm not spending the morning that I should be working preparing her work, because it's already done for her the night before. Second thing that you should know is that there is a lot of resources out there, which I've said this before. In the description box, you will see different websites that you can check out and use in this time. Make sure you check them all out. For those that want to get ahead of this and make sure that their children are still learning in their break, check those websites out, and let me know what you find useful. And if there's something that you use that isn't down there, put it in the comment section below and let me know. The third thing to know is that the age and ability of your child determines how much work they can do independently. So like I mentioned, my sister's 11 years old, so she's able to do quite a bit independently. But obviously if you have younger kids, you might have to give them a bit more support to get the work done. So this probably will have an effect on your workload. So this is a time that you might need to speak to your manager and see if they can maybe move your working hours a bit, so that you can give time during the day to focusing on your child and maybe doing some different times to manage your workload. Or perhaps speak to your partner and see how you guys can split that schooling role between yourselves, and then that way it doesn't affect anybody's workload too much. The fourth thing to note is to have fun with it. Like, don't stress out with it. The amount of times that I wanted to pull my hair because she's not finished 2 questions, and I'm like, you know what, is 2 questions really worth this stress? So anytime where you feel like, oh my gosh, it's just too much, just take a breather, have a break. You know, anything that they don't finish today can be finished tomorrow. Things like I mentioned, working out. Sometimes maybe do it with your child. Like, have that time as a bonding time. Even lunch, maybe prepare lunch together, and that could be a way that you guys can bond together. And so definitely have fun with homeschooling. Have fun with working from home as well. There's not much we can do for now apart from stay home and stay safe. So with every little bit that you can, have fun with it and take it easy. So that's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!